Good evening, everybody. Tibbsy here. Hope you all had a great day. On my own tonight. Don's trusting me to do this live without any guidance, so better not mess this up, eh? So, what an eventful day we had at Transform365 today. We had our first AAA virtual UK tour. Went to go and see Mr. Richard Big Papa Crow in Skegness, where he delivered some fantastic insights about his comeback from 52 grand in debt and his struggles with alcohol and drugs, and how he's now a successful financial advisor. And he dropped some real pearlers of advice in getting yourself out of trouble and getting more secure in your financial future. And he's so good at it, he even related it to our own weight loss transformations. There's so many similarities. So, get a chance to see it on our videos on our Facebook page. Please check it out. It was amazing, really good. And on Tuesday at 12:15, we've got Mr. Alex Myers joining us, the master of discipline himself, to give us some good and bad habits related to discipline, how to get rid of bad habits and how to learn the good habits. So don't miss that on Tuesday next week at 12:15. So, daily highlights today. That was the biggest point. Big highlight for us as well is our Emotional Eaters Masterclass that we've got running tomorrow, which I'm hosting. That is almost fully subscribed now. So please, if you're interested, book a place as soon as possible. In it, me and Dom have gone through the slides today. It was amazing. I have to say it gets better, but this one is new. If you've been on it previously, please join again, because you'll find something new in this session. It's really good. Anyway, tonight, daily highlight. What I want to do, because obviously I've done a bit of work on this today, is, and we're going to cover this on the masterclass tomorrow, but I thought it was important today was just finding out, we talk about emotional eating, what type of emotional eater you are. And I've been pondering this because obviously I've dealt with emotional eating quite a while. I've battled it all my life, but really been aware of it, at least in the last 10 years, and definitely with greater focus in the last 3 years. And some questions for you is to find out if you're an emotional eater and what sort of type. So again, some questions for you and see if you relate to you. So do you ever eat without realizing you're even doing it? Do you ever feel guilty or ashamed after eating? Do you often eat alone or in odd locations, such as sitting in your car so people don't see you eating? Do you eat after an experience that's caused you negative emotions, such as being angry, after an argument, if you aren't feeling hungry? And if I'm really likely to relate to you, please go yes, that'd be great. Do you crave specific foods when you're upset, such as always wanting chocolate after feeling depressed? Do you feel the urge to eat when you experience external cues like seeing food on television? Do you eat because you feel there's nothing else to do? Does eating improve your mood when you're sad? Or even, does eating distract you from problems when you're worried about something? Because basically, if you've answered yes to any of those, you are an emotional eater. The level of it is different, but definitely that's what you do. So we're going to cover this tomorrow night on the masterclass. And offer it, we're going to cover my story, which, has got many facets to it and hopefully will resonate with people. Again, another step, people need to understand the difference between binge eating, emotional eating, overeating. Again, we cover that in the masterclass tomorrow night. And then why learning the difference between emotional hunger and physical hunger. Again, critical things that you see. And then why don't we look in? Identifying your emotions before you eat. That's another important step in overcoming emotional eating. What about alternatives to emotional eating? Have you ever considered, if you're emotional eating, if you're depressed or lonely, you might call somebody, play with your dog? I find my dogs, I've got Idris who's asleep on the floor at the moment. Idris, yes. If you're anxious, use energy for dancing or singing or taking a walk. If you're exhausted, have a hot cup of tea, a bath. If you're bored, read a book, watch a comedy show. Honestly, we've currently, Carmen, my wife, bless, is listening to Dawn French's audiobook. Oh, it is amazing. It is so funny. I love it. Again, it's very destructive. Again, another step, learn to accept your feelings, right? This is critical, right? And even the bad ones. Because it might seem the problem is you're powerless over food, but emotional eating comes from feeling powerless over your emotions, hence emotional eating. And if you deal with feelings by sort of numbing yourself or soothing with food, you stop feeling capable of dealing with your feelings in your head. And allowing yourself to feel uncomfortable emotions can be scary. Trust me, I know that feeling. But you may fear that, like Pandora's box, once you open the door, you won't be able to shut it. But the truth is that when we don't obsess over or suppress our emotions, even the most painful and difficult feelings subside relatively quickly and lose their power. By confronting that fear, you can actually, once you talk about it, it's not as bad as the fear itself. And again, learning to, once those things as well, you get power of those emotions. To do this, you need to become aware and learn how to stay emotionally connected, which is something we cover in our program. So again, learning that. And then step 7, gotta do this. How does coaching for emotional eating work? Well, in our programs, yes, people will talk about diet, they talk about exercise, they talk about this, but if you don't address the fundamental points of emotional eating, then what happens? You stop the program, you fall off. Why do Weight Watchers, Slimming World, all those work? Oh, well, you're focused because you're in a program. They don't teach you the life skills to move on and dealing with the foods and dealing with your triggers and dealing with all of those things that cause you to emotionally eat and use those as a coping mechanism. So again, hopefully, that's given you some food for thought. I'd love you to join me tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for the masterclass. Link is scrolling along the bottom of the page. We are rapidly running out of places. So get yourself booked on as soon as you can. And have a great Thursday evening. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning when we do our morning boost. And Dom will be back in the house then. Hopefully I've served him okay. And he ain't going to shout at me when he sees this later. But hey, you left me alone. Have a great evening, folks. See you later. Bye.